have a question for you, Scott.
All right, shoot.
Is it racist?
Oh, here we go.
Is it racist? We're going to play that game.
I might not be a good gauge.
Racist.
I might not be a good gauge of the racist barometer here, but go ahead anyway. I'll humor you.
I'm curious. Is it racist if you're on the phone with a customer service representative and you request to talk to somebody who is American or can speak better English? Do you think it's racist to ask request that?
It's a tough one. I'm gonna.
You can probably guess I've been dealing with some customer service reps lately.
If you want a yes or no, if you want a yes or no from me, I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. It is racist for you to say, "Can I speak to somebody who speaks English?" Because obviously the person you're on the phone with does speak English.
Broken English.
Regardless if they speak English poorly or maybe they speak English just fine. They just have a thick accent that makes it hard for Americans to understand American English. Because there's so many different dialects of English, Adam. So I do think it's racist to say that. I've never done that. I've
never done it, but...
Oh, okay. You were setting
it
it up like I thought you did.
I never did it. I never did it, but I was thinking about it.
Oh, no. I know people. I have family members who it's a constant complaint. I had to call customer service for this, that, and the other thing, and they sent me to some call center in India, and I said, let me speak to some American who can speak English. That makes my skin crawl. It really does.
Here's the thing about that, though. The devil's advocate side of that, and the reason why I'm using devil's advocate is because I was dealing with the same situation that I'm going to have to explain earlier this week. The problem with that is there's a lot of times where you get somebody and you're trying to explain your situation and you waste like 15 minutes having the same conversation over and over again because they don't understand what you're trying to say, but you're saying it just fine. You know, I had that problem this week when I was calling about my phone. I have an issue. I had to call into Samsung, and I talking to a representative, and I don't know. They sounded like they might have been Indian of origin, like they had like that kind of accent where it's like English but like a little Indian accent. And I was talking to him, going back and forth with my issue, explaining to him. I must have explained to this woman about a dozen times. We must have had the same conversation about a dozen times where I have an issue and she's giving me a solution. I say, well, I can't do that solution. Is there another place I can, she wanted me to send my phone in. I said, I can't send my phone in right now. Is there like a place that I can go to, like even in Pittsburgh, that I could go down to fix it? And we were having this back and forth conversation, and then it reverted around to her saying, but you could just send it in to us and we could have our technicians look at it. I was like, well, no, I just told you I can't send it in. And I had that same conversation about a dozen times because I don't think she could understand me fully or whatever.
I mean, that's unfortunate, and I've done it too. I think we've all done it. We've all had to call customer service and been sent to a foreign call center. And I admit it is annoying. It truly is. Now, I've never flipped out or said the thing like, let me speak to somebody who can speak English. I've never done that. But hey, Adam, it's capitalism. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And they can pay those people cents on the dollar. That's why I love Disney so much, man. You call Disney, you call Walt Disney World, you're speaking to a customer service representative here in this country. And I've had great customer service representatives in the Walt Disney Corporation. But yes, other things, it's usually foreign, and I do have trouble with it too, yes.
Well, let me tell you this. After having this dozen conversation, ask me this question. Did my problem get solved and my question get answered?
Did your problem get solved and did your question get answered?
No, it didn't. It's not solved at all. Like I didn't get an answer, and I didn't.
You could send your phone in to their technician, and
apparently I can send my phone to the technician and have them take a look at it. It's not even mainly about sending my phone in. It's mainly about it's an issue on their end, a software issue that should be covered on my warranty. But she was explaining to me, you can send the phone here, but there's no guarantee we're going to pay for it to get it fixed. Because there's no guarantee it's going to still be under warranty. Mm-hmm. And it's an issue of explaining, well, I'm not going to do that then. Just give me a place around here or somewhere close.
You know, it's the age-old argument you and I have. You have an Android, right?
Yeah.
And I have the iPhone. and we always say which one's better, which one's. One thing you can do, and I've only ever had to do this one time. I know a lot of people who've had to do a lot more. I've had one problem with my phone that I had to go to an Apple store and see an Apple genius, and they fixed the problem for me. And I had to drive about an hour, a little over an hour away to go to a mall that still existed that had an Apple store, and they took care of me. There's no Android stores, are there?
There's no Android stores. There are.
That's one thing.
One
thing iPhone's got you there.
That's because Apple is this one condensing. It's not like there's like the Apple whatever. Like Android software exists on many different types of phone, whereas Apple software only exists on the products that they make themselves. So that's a difference. But like Android, you have to go to a third party. So the reason why it would have possibly voided my warranty was because I cracked my phone screen. I had to get it fixed. I had to get it fixed for a third party, which I had insurance on my phone for it. The third party that Walmart sent me to is not a Samsung affiliated third party, so that's why it could have avoided my warranty. I'm telling you, man, it's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
Sorry, but not my pig, not my farm. I don't know how to help you with that problem. But.
No, you can't help me.
Okay.
There's nobody can help me. I help those who help myself.
Well, keep us posted. Let us know how it turns out.
Yeah.
I have a fun story about the customer service, though, before we move on here. This is interesting. I haven't got a chance to tell this story on the podcast yet. But it goes to show you that you're having some issues with customer service with a foreign call center. But you could just as easily have customer service issues with a white, American English-speaking person face-to-face. So a couple weekends ago, I went to a wedding. I've actually had 2 weddings. The last wedding, I was a groomsman, so I got the tuxedo and everything. That was fine. But the wedding before this, I wasn't in the wedding. I was just attending it. A friend of the family. Good wedding. Looking forward to it. Well, it was a really super fancy black tie, white tie affair. Like,
why is it gotta be black?
Really super.
Why is it gotta be white?
That's just what they're called.
Age-old joke.
Okay. So, like, basically really dressed up. So I have a suit. My real dressy suit was kind of old. Didn't really fit me that well anymore. My other suit that I typically wear isn't as dressy as it needed to be. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to go rent a tuxedo. Just walk into our local tuxedo joint. Say, hey, I'm not with a wedding. I just need a tuxedo for a couple weekends from now. Plain and simple. That's what I want to do. Walked into this tuxedo place, and the one half of it is a laundromat, like a dry cleaners, I should say, like a nice dry cleaners. The other half is a tuxedo rental. There's a kid there. He's probably about 21 years old, and he's standing there in gym shorts and a wife beater. It was really hot this day, and he was surprised when I came in the door. He quickly runs into the back of the room. He comes out wearing the same clothes, but he's got a white, tuxedo button-up shirt over top of his wife beater. Basically, it was in the back room, and he threw it on real quick to come out.
Yeah.
Looked really weird. He was all sweaty.
Hey, he was trying.
And he was all sweaty, and he's like... So I tell him the deal, and he was talking in circles. He kept saying, oh, well, what wedding are you with? And I said, okay. I said, well, I'm not with any wedding. I just want to rent a tuxedo for myself to go to this wedding. He goes, okay, well, what are the colors? I said, I honestly have no idea what the colors are. I said, but that doesn't really matter. I said, I'm just going to do black and white. That's all I'm going to do. Yeah. And he's like, okay. He's like, I wanted to get suspenders. So I'm like, okay, so I'll get suspenders, and he sized me up the suspenders. He's grabbing my nuts, doing this whole check, and really, really, really weird.
Hey, buy me dinner first.
So then he does that, and then he comes back to me. He's like, so what color vest did you want to get? I'd already told him. I'm like, I told you we were gonna get a black vest. He's like, okay. He's like, now what color is the rest of the bridal party wearing? And I'm like, I stopped at this point. I'm like, okay. I don't know if you're not understanding this. I'm not in the bridal party. I am not involved in the wedding at all. I am just going. I just need a tuxedo to wear to this wedding. I had to tell him that so many times. And then a little bit later, he's like, so are you gonna do like suspenders with this? And I'm like, yeah, the ones you already fitted me for. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, oh, I never asked you your name. So I told him my name. And then a little bit later, he's like, I never asked you your name. And I'm like, you did. I said, you wrote it down. It's right there. So then I told him the date. He messed the date up 3 times after I'm telling you he's writing it wrong. So then I start to realize what's going on. He's on something.
Yeah.
He's completely fucked up. I think he was doing meth or heroin before I walked in there. I think he was chasing the dragon.
That's why he was surprised.
I think he was chasing the dragon on the clock, and I caught him off guard, and it was just a disaster. My wife Kristen was with me. He kept asking. He's like, so what color dress are you wearing? Is it going to be white? Is it going to be ivory? She'd be like, I'm not the bride. I'm not getting married. It was a nightmare, dude. It was the worst customer service I've ever had. I'm not going to give any names out, but it was, I'll never go back to this place again. Now, they got me my tux, and it was fine. I wore it to the wedding, and everything turned out great. It was just, wow. So it goes to show you. You can have bad service no matter what country they hail from.
Yeah, but you would have been justified if there were other people there to ask for a different person to help you.
He was the only person.
That's what I mean. Like, if there were other people there, though, you would have been justified and asked them to help you. So somebody else help. Yeah. So.
Well, welcome back.
Yes, we're back again.
We're back. Our last show was fun. It was a 2-parter. Our buddy Watkins came on. And
yeah.
That was fun. It was a great show, but he got really drunk as it went on. We all did, but he was day drinking before he came on the show.
Yeah, he went to a Renaissance fair, so he was a little Buzzley Berkeley when he came.
So the second half of the show got a little off the rails, if you will.
A little bit.
Yeah, but the first part I think was one of our better shows in a long time. So
it's all content.
Yeah,
all content.
Hey, what you drinking?
I am drinking currently the Jackie O's Pub Raspberry Wheat Ale.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I'm just drinking that real quick. I got another beer lined up a little later. The St. Pauli Girl Lager. St. Pauli Girl,
yeah.
Yeah.
St. Pauli's Girl is an import. It's a German beer. It's much more common. The Jackie O's Raspberry Wheat is very good. It's from Jackie O's Brewery in Athens, Ohio, where my nephew goes to Ohio University that's there. And they have this beer everywhere. You can go to like any local beer store and get this. It's one of my favorites. But I want to talk about my beer. That's why I was bringing it up. So I'm trying something new, and I got to be honest, I don't know how I feel about it. So there's a new drink going around. It is the Pabst Blue Ribbon Hard Coffee.
You lost me at hard coffee.
Oh, it's hard coffee? It wasn't the Pabst, because you're not a fan of PBR.
No, I'm not a fan. I'll try new PBR if it comes out. Like, I won't buy it, but if somebody's like, "Hey, it's new PBR," we're like, "All right, whatever."
So I'm a PBR fan. We've talked about it on the show. It's probably my favorite cheap beer. If I'm going to go cheap beer, I'm going to get PBR over many other things. I like it a lot. And I saw this hard coffee, PBR, and I've heard good things about it. People are raving about how good it is. So I wanted to give it a try. Now, I like PBR, but I'm not a coffee drinker. We've talked about this on the show before, too. I don't do coffee. But lately, Adam, there's a lot of coffee beers that are like stouts or porters, and they use coffee to do a lot of the coloring. The darker looking beers, they use coffee to color it. And you get a little bit of a hint of a coffee or a chocolate when you drink those ones. And I used to not like those either, but they've grown on me. It must be an acquired taste, yes.
Yeah.
So I've been really into like coffee beers lately. So I saw this and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to give it a try. Well, this isn't a coffee beer. This is a spiked coffee. That's the difference. So when you look at it, I poured it into it. It looks like a very creamered up coffee.
Yeah, I'm
cold.
looking at it. It looks like chocolate milk almost.
Yeah, and that's good because I took a drink of it. It almost tastes like an alcoholic Yoo-hoo. Do you remember Yoo-hoo?
I remember you.
Yes.
That sounds gross.
So as I read this can, it's actually there's milk in here. For real milk.
Not for fake milk. For
reals, cow,
milk.
right from a cow, milk in here. I don't think I can do it.
No?
It's just the milk.
Is it because it's too thick?
Bothered my stomach.
Is it like too thick? Is it sitting at the bottom?
It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. I wanted a coffee-flavored beer, not an alcoholic coffee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's not what I'm getting here. So I'm not too much a fan of it. So I'm going to give the Pabst Blue Ribbon hard coffee, if we're doing beer of the show, if we're rating. Which
Might as well.
I'm going to give it a 0.5.
It's a low.
I don't like it. I don't like
score.
it. Now, if you're somebody who loves coffee, which is a lot of people, my wife would probably love this, then you'll probably like this. But it's not for me. It's not what I was expecting, and I'm going to not drink anymore. Instead, I've got on my backup a go-to Icy Light.
Oh, the classic.
Good old Iron City Light. Iron. Pittsburgh's famous. So I'm going to make do with this.
So we both watched a couple movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to talk about these movies.
I've been going to the theater like a madman lately.
Really?
Yeah, in the past month or so, I've gone and seen 3 movies in the movie theater.
Holy shit.
3.
That's like usually 3 a year that you usually go to.
I will tell you, all 3 movies I went and saw, I took my kids with me. So there's that.
So
yeah.
that's how you got away with it.
So that tells you what kind of movies I was seeing.
Well, what movies did you see?
Well, the first one I watched was Aladdin, the live-action remake of Aladdin. The second one I watched was Toy Story 4, Disney Pixar's Toy Story 4. And the final one I saw was the live-action remake of The Lion King, Disney's The Lion King. So there were 3 Disney movies that I went and saw.
I've seen 2/3 of those movies. I
Yes?
saw Aladdin and I saw Lion King. And those are movies we want to talk about.
Okay.
I do want to talk about those movies
Let's do it.
I got a lot to say. I think
Okay.
I feel like I got a lot of opinions. Very opinionated.
Now, we
individual. I did not
talked-
see Toy Story. I did not see that though. So
Okay. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers for Toy Story if you haven't seen it yet, but there are some things I'd like to mention about it if we have
Yeah.
time. But I do want to start with Aladdin.
Yeah, obviously.
And we did talk about it on the show, but it was out of pure speculation. We critiqued the trailer and we talked about some of our thoughts about it.
Yeah.
So now that we've both actually seen the film, we can have a better discussion about it.
And I was wrong. I was wrong about whenever I was talking about. I saw the scene just online briefly. They were advertising it. The scene where Aladdin first comes back as Ali from Ababwa, and the whole scene. I was like, oh, it doesn't look like Genie's using magic. It doesn't look like he's zipping around like he did in the other one. I was wrong. It was a cool scene. It was a really, really fucking cool scene.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of really cool things that I will say about this movie. I think I'm gonna start with positives. I'm trying to be a positive individual. I'm trying to be positive, more positive these days. So I want to start
Mr.
with the positive.
Cynic here is trying to turn over a new
believe me,
leaf.
I've got some negatives.
Okay.
I've got some
Okay,
negatives,
okay.
but I want to start with some positives. I really enjoyed a lot of the casting in this movie. Will Smith even wasn't bad. He was not a bad genie at all. And there was a lot of people that were worried about him. I don't know if you weren't one of the people worried about that, were you?
No, I wasn't worried because I love Will Smith.
Yeah, me too.
He's a talented actor. I knew he would do well.
Yeah, Will Smith was a pretty good. It didn't take anything from Robin Williams' his performance as Genie in the original Aladdin. Which, by the way, for those of you who, and I know you're one of these people, Scott, who say you should take each movie as its own individual thing and not judge it on its past ones, you're wrong. You have no choice. It's a reboot. It's a movie recreated from a previous movie. You have no choice but to judge it from the previous one. So that's what I'm going to do that a lot.
So the story Aladdin and his magic lamp predates the 1992 Disney movie.
Yeah.
It comes from Ali Baba and his 40 Thieves. It's like a tale.
Yeah.
So I mean,
It's almost like a tale as old as time.
I see what you did there.
Oh yes.
So anyway, yeah.
So I will be basing it off that, but the casting was good. I like the person who played Aladdin. I like the actress who played Jasmine. I really enjoyed
Naomi Scott.
Yes, Naomi Scott
is incredible.
Yes.
First of all, she's gorgeous. She's
Mena
beautiful.
Massoud, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last name right, was the person who played Aladdin.
I really enjoy how they didn't whitewash the cast. Which
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
Disney is notorious for doing that. They did not do that, which is great. Naomi Scott was incredible. She can sing like an angel. She's beautiful. I can't say enough good things about her. She's awesome.
Yeah.
She's absolutely incredible.
I think if I had any problem with the Aladdin character that they wrote, not the actor was great, but if I had a problem with the Aladdin character, it was mainly there was a bit of an inconsistency with his character sometimes, where there was a lot of times where we all know Aladdin from the Disney movie. He's like a jokester. He's a guy that likes to have a good fun and good time. He likes to joke around a lot, and he seems like a very confident person most of the time in those movies. And in this one, he's portrayed that way as well, but it switches on its head a decent amount of times. Like when he first becomes Prince Ali, and he's on that camel chariot behind Abu the elephant, and like it seems like he's really nervous, and he's like, I don't know if I should be up here. Whereas in the cartoon, he was real confident, like, yeah, look at me, I'm suave, I'm fucking cool as shit. And even when he met the Sultan, like it was a very funny sequence, him fucking up what he was saying the entire time.
What were they talking about?
He was talking about jams and jellies.
Jams and jellies. Which was not in the cartoon.
It wasn't.
They added a lot.
It just felt weird that for like the first part of the movie, Aladdin was really cool like that, and then he just switched on a dime like, I'm really, really nervous person now. I don't know what I'm doing.
I never realized that in the original, because I've since rewatched the cartoon. My kids, I took my daughters, they loved Aladdin, that they came home, they wanted to watch the cartoon. And we did. And I never put two and two together, but Jasmine only sings one song in the cartoon, and it's a duet with Aladdin. It's A Whole New World, which is a great song. But they added songs for her. Multiple songs.
Yeah, a couple, yeah.
And she deserved them.
Yeah, she was great.
She deserved them.
Amazing.
Like they could have given her two more, and I would have been angry.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know me, I'm not one for like the whole adding songs. Like I criticized the Beast song from Beauty and the Beast. Yes. These songs were good. Yeah. They were very good. I was not dissatisfied with them at all.
They added a lot of scenes. They added a lot of jokes. They added a lot of songs. And how do you feel about the additions compared to the original?
The additions I thought were fine. Like the joking around. First of all, a lot of what Robin Williams did was improving. Like when he did his voiceover work, it was very much, even like his acting, it was very much a lot of improving. Yeah. So the animators and the writers had to kind of like work around a little bit. Like he would say and do a lot of things, and it felt like Will Smith was doing his own thing as the genie, and it was really cool and it was different. Mm-hmm. The jokes, I'm happy that they didn't try to keep all the same jokes. I'm happy they did their own jokes, and it was funny. Like, I genuinely laughed at a lot of things in it. So I was definitely satisfied with a lot of the additions, yes.
Okay. Because that...
They even added... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but they even added, like, a head of the guard character, which is really cool. Yeah. These... Up to now, these guys have been, like, nameless, faceless people for the most part. They added, like, a head of the guard character so you can kind of sympathize with him a little bit.
And, I mean, he was in the cartoon, too, but he was just a mindless automaton who was doing nothing but trying to catch Aladdin at the beginning, you know?
Yeah.
The One Jump song.
Yeah.
Jump. He was in that song. But now they actually gave him substance in this movie.
Yeah, which is cool.
Which was very cool, yes.
Yes. They added... I like Jasmine's assistant. Her servant. She was really cool.
Oh, yeah. She played an important part.
Yeah, she was. She was extremely cool. I really liked her.
Her lady in waiting, I guess you would say.
Yeah, who was like, not really like a servant, like more like a best friend and sister to Jasmine because they talk like fucking friends all the time.
How did you feel about the actor who played Jafar?
Okay, we're going to delve into a little negative when I talk about him. Delve a little negative.
I liked him.
I liked the actor a lot. I thought he played... and the negative is not going to be with the actor and the character itself. It's going to be with Disney. It's the actor was great. He was. I thought he played a pretty decent Jafar. He was, or at least he played a pretty decent villain. Not a good Jafar, but he was a good villain. That's what I'm going to say. Mm-hmm. There was a couple scenes. If I'm remembering correctly, he had like this classic villain cackling scene, like where like, oh, you know, I'm winning and I'm doing a thing, and he does this thing where like he laughs. Do you remember Matrix, the second movie, when Agent Smith comes back and he makes a copy of himself, and you've got, I can't remember the actor's name, he's got a weird cackling scene where he's like laughing, but his teeth are showing and his voice around, it looks like he's forcing it out. It kind of looked like that. So I would say he needs to work on his evil laugh a little bit, but I thought he was fine. My problem is with Disney and the way they're doing villains. Their villains suck. They used to have amazing villains. The villains used to be one of the most compelling characters in their Disney stories.
I agree.
The Disney villains now all suck. With the exception of Gaston in Beauty and the Beast, I thought he was pretty cool, but it's going to bleed into Lion King. Lion King, their version of Scar sucked.
Well, we'll talk about that next. Yeah.
But Jafar sucked. He was terrible.
I thought he was good. I thought he was more realistic. You know,
that's not why I want. If we're gonna go realistic, then we shouldn't have a genie flying around shooting magical bolts out of his fingers. So.
But in history, in lore, in legend, genies existed in the Middle East in their culture.
Yeah, legend.
Right.
Myths.
But Jafar, and I love.
You know who else existed? Pegasuses and unicorns and centaurs.
Right.
They all existed in myths.
And we make movies on those too, Adam. Movies aren't real.
Then it's not realistic.
But the human aspect of it can be portrayed more realistic. Because let me finish. Because in the cartoon, you have to admit, as much as we like Jafar, he was a little cartoony. You know why? Because it was a fucking cartoon.
That's what I loved about
He was very campy and cartoony. There was the scene which I kind of wish they would have done this, but they didn't. The scene where they're in the palace fighting and he becomes the sorcerer and he makes all those puns.
Yeah. Get the point? That's
See
what
how
I wanted.
Snake-like I can be.
That's what I fucking wanted.
They didn't do that because that was corny and campy and cartoony, and it fit in the cartoon. They took that out. They made this Jafar more realistic.
But you can
you loved to hate him. I thought that was good.
You can do live action that has those silly cartoony aspects of joking, and you can do it so they work for on film. They did that with Tony Stark. He's basically a cartoon fucking character. Everything he says is a joke. Quill from Guardians of the Galaxy, he's a cartoon character.
Ragnarok had a lot of cartoon.
Exactly. You can do that in live action.
But they're not
and it works.
based off of something that already exists.
Really, because Thor is all fucking mythology. So it potentially could have existed.
I'm talking about movies. Yes, mythology and comic books, they do exist in a different medium, but you actually have another movie that people are notorious for sucking because they compare it too much to something else. I take it for what it is. You said I was wrong, and that's fine, but that's what I do. So I love Jafar. The only character that I would be a little bit critical about would be Aladdin. Would be the character who played the title character, Aladdin. He was the one you didn't feel for him as much you did in the cartoon. Like, you saw how much his street rat life sucked.
They pushed the street rat song until almost the end of the fucking movie. Like the riff raff, street rat. They pushed that after he was fucking Ali Bob. I'm like, what?
Yes. Like, there was no introduction to him. There was no bringing him in because we're already supposed to know who he is. It just popped right into his One Jump song.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, here's the thing. That's my other criticism.
Like, we're going right to this now.
This is my other criticism that I have also with The Lion King, we'll talk about later, is for some reason I feel like when I watch both those movies, they rushed the beginning. They rushed the opening of both those movies. Like,
they rushed the beginning, definitely.
You were just getting it. And I have a theory why for Aladdin. Because Will Smith is in the fucking movie. So they were rushing it, be like, we got to get to the fucking Genie Will Smith shit.
They want Will Smith. They paid big bucks to have him in this movie.
Yeah.
They want him to get some screen time, for sure. But that's not even what I'm going to say. I'm going to say as, besides Aladdin, keeping it real, Iago.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Iago, Gilbert Godfrey, who played the voice of the original Iago. Hilarious. Great sidekick character. Great comedic relief. But they tried to make this parrot a more realistic parrot.
But you like real Scott. I thought you liked the real aspect of life.
I do.
That was your what you loved about Jafar, the real aspect. So this is a real fucking parrot.
like how they pulled it off with Jafar. I don't like how they pulled it off with Iago. I missed.
Terrible.
They turned him into that giant thing.
You know, like a big ass fucking eagle phoenix thing or whatever.
Yeah, and he was like chasing them down. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Iago was terrible. Okay, that was a perfect example, and it's gonna bleed over into what I'm gonna say about the Lion King. But it was like, you can have cartooniness with live action and it work. You can do that. You can fucking do that. Disney, you did that with fucking all the Avengers shit. Like, you can do that. You can have cartoon shit and it work. I wanted, first of all, when Jafar became Genie, pretty cool sequence. Mm-hmm. Like, it looked cool. But when Jafar became Genie and he got sucked into the lamp, he never said fucking Iago. Like, Iago was trying to run, he's like, "You're coming with me, bird!" And he grabbed him out of the fucking midair. And I was like, that's an awkward fucking line.
I didn't like that line either.
I caught that line. Awkward. I was like, this is stupid.
I caught that line. I thought that was weird, but...
Another big criticism I have, we moved on to the criticism part of the show, the final scene. The final scenes with Jafar and Aladdin and them, quote, battling it out. Like, where was my giant snake? Where was my Aladdin, getting out one of those scimitars and just going after the snake and just fighting him and stuff like that, and Genie cackling jokes in the background? Like, where was that scene? That was such a good scene. You almost couldn't do without that. Like, that was terrible.
So here's something I'm going to be critical about. Again, they're keeping it more realistic.
Keeping it real.
That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep it real. If you compare it to the cartoon, which is what we're going to do here for a minute. So here's what I wondered. Aladdin had such a hard time freeing the genie because he still wanted the genie's power. He wanted Genie to still make him Prince Ali, you know the whole story. Yeah. So that was the whole thing. And that kind of happened in this too. He reneged on freeing him. I get that. But in the cartoon, once the end of the movie happens and Aladdin does free the genie, guess what the genie still has?
Magical powers.
He still has fucking magical powers. He just has no master. He has no master, so he can do what he wants. So if you would have freed him, you idiot, he's your friend. He probably still would have used his magic on his own accord to help you out, and then Jafar could have never done anything with him, and you don't have a fucking problem. In this version, once he freed him, he's a guy now.
He's a dude.
He's
not a dude, bro.
Zero magic anymore. And the cool part, spoiler if you haven't seen this yet.
Heavy spoiler.
How he starts a family.
He's telling the story at the beginning of the movie.
He marries the lady in waiting of Princess Jasmine, and they get married and have kids, and I love that. I thought that got me in the feels, man.
Yeah, I did like that too. I did kind of.
But he's a regular guy now. Once Aladdin freed him, he has no magic powers anymore. The cartoon, he still had the magic powers.
Yeah. He
was still blue. He could still fly. This one, he turned into freaking Will Smith. He was the Fresh Prince now on a boat.
I'd watch that shit.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that I agree with you. I think it was stupid. I think it was a dumb, stupid choice. I think their thought process was he was a human before, and then he became a genie, kind of in the same vein that Jafar is now a genie now. And without those cuffs, like when he's wish free, that not only releases him, but it releases his power back to the universe. That would be my guess. It's dumb. It's stupid. I agree with you. It's dumb. It's not what I wanted out of it.
I have no problem with it. I don't.
No, it's dumb.
It's different. It's very different. And that's the key word that I want to bring up, because when we talk about The Lion King next, I want to talk about when you're comparing the live action Aladdin to the original cartoon, the key word I want there is different.
Yeah.
So you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You ready to do Lion King now? Because Lion King's, isn't that your favorite animated Disney movie?
It's my favorite Disney movie.
Good. So
Aladdin's my second, but Lion King
these are your top two then.
Yeah, so Lion King is my favorite.
Okay, so I want to hear your thoughts then on what you thought about the live action Lion King.
You're more positive. Why don't we start with you?
Oh, very good, very good. So I'll jump right into it. I'll get right into the meat and potatoes of the matter. What I said about Aladdin was different. They changed a lot of things. They added a lot of things. They took a lot of things away. Lion King, kid you not, to me, was almost, a couple little things here, not big things, was a shot-for-shot remake.
You're right. You are 100% right.
Which
I agree with you.
I did not expect.
I agree
because
with you.
they do not do that. And people like you and on the internet folks are mad. Well, why didn't Beauty and the Beast have this scene like the cartoon? Why didn't Jungle Book have this scene like the cartoon? Why didn't Aladdin have this scene like the cartoon? So I think Disney was finally like, you know what? Fuck you guys. We're going to give you the same fucking movie, just with actual real fucking lions. They looked awesome. They looked like real fucking lions.
Yeah, they did.
It was incredible how well they looked. So
I think realism is Disney's problem right now. I think that's the problem with these movies at the moment, because I agree with you. It was a shot-for-shot remake, basically, of... They changed a few things. There are a few things that changed.
Very slight things.
Very slight things. A couple big things. A couple big things in my opinion that you might not realize until I bring it up to you. But, yes, you're right. It was basically a shot-for-shot remake, which I didn't mind. I did not have a problem with the shot-for-shot remake. That was not my problem. My problem is... And this is getting to the realism part. I think Disney took it too far with Lion King. They took realism a little too far. Here's why. Great thing about the original Lion King was you felt it was an emotional story. First of all, it's fucking Hamlet. Yeah, it's Hamlet.
It's Hamlet with lions.
Yeah, that's all it is. But it was an emotional fucking story. Like, you felt the sadness, the joy, the love. Can you feel the love tonight, Scott?
Can you feel the love tonight?
You could feel it with the original Lion King. It was so good. You could feel the emotion and everything, and the voice acting and the animation, everything. This movie, I felt almost no fucking emotion for it at all. Like, almost none. And here's why. It's because they're real fucking animals.
Real fucking lions.
And I don't fucking care. I love animals, but I don't... Animals don't express themselves facially, like with facial features, like you would see in a real person. So you can't have that moment where Jasmine is feeling super sad about the fact that, it's a man's world and she's being told to be quiet.
It's a man's world.
Yeah, and then she turns around and has that song where she can magically make guards disappear in thin air. You don't have that moment in Lion King because they're real animals. They don't express themselves like that. You get it in the voice a lot. A lot of the voice acting was good. And you get that expression of voice, but the problem is that voice is attached to a plain face on a warthog or on a lion. And they CGI like the mouths moving when they talk.
Right.
But I think they didn't go far enough. I think they went too far to the other side of the spectrum. I think it would have done them better if they would have animated the eyes a little bit so that you could have like eyebrows raising or like expressions, like very subtle expressions to like show... Yeah, they're actually feeling this, and this is what's going on. Like, I felt nothing in the movie. I didn't give a shit. I did not care. I did not care when Simba was crying about Mufasa being dead. Spoilers.
I mean, if that's a spoiler for you, you got a problem.
Yeah.
Because I got the feels at that part. The scene in the cartoon where Mufasa dies, still to this day, it makes me emotional.
Yeah.
So I knew going into this that I was going to get emotional in that scene. And I did. But I probably would have been more emotional had I not been mentally prepared. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I knew it was coming. But I thought it was so similar. So similar.
It was very similar.
Which is different than the other live action remakes they've done. They changed all of those a lot more than they changed this movie. This movie is the only one that is the truest to its original counterpart.
It is. You're not wrong. It is. I'm questioning some of the casting choices they did in this movie. Roll with me here for a second. Roll with me, okay?
I'll go with you. Yeah, go with me here.
I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this name because I can never remember. Chiwetel Ejiofor, the voice of Scar.
Okay.
I butchered that. Super sorry. Bad Scar. Very bad Scar, in my opinion. it's really hard to replace Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons is
it's
incredible.
really hard to replace him. He's a very, very charismatic, talented English actor.
Right. And I
So
think they
it's-
wanted to keep it African.
They did, and that's fine.
Right.
He had no, once again, substance to him. He had no Scar, like Jafar, was villainous, scary, evil, but also had like a lighter side in the sense of like joking around or like sarcasm or like the charm that you love in those villains where like I hate
Okay.
that villain but he's really
I'll give you that.
like he had
I'll
no
give you that.
Scar had no fucking charm in this movie.
Okay, I'll give you that.
zero.
It-
He didn't
it-
even sing the fucking Be Prepared song.
He talked it. He talked Be Prepared.
Yes, and
He didn't sing it.
and that's my favorite song in the
talked
whole
it.
fucking movie.
Jeremy Iron kills that song.
Oh, he does.
And this guy talked it. Okay, here's what leaves me scratching my head. Okay, it's your turn to go with me
Yeah,
on this.
I'm
one. Okay.
on the train.
So say you're the cast. You're the caster. To see what is it called when you're the
Casting director?
casting director of this movie. Okay, so James Earl Jones is cast to play Mufasa again.
How could you not though?
That's fine. I'm fine with that. So you haven't taken off the table of casting the original cast because you did it with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you say, okay, well, we want to keep them African. Okay. Then why the fuck is Zazu always fucking English? Okay, so Rowan
Yeah.
Atkinson,
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson, famous for Mr. Bean,
Yeah.
was the
Great.
original Zazu. Did a
He's
great
great.
job.
Great job.
And then they make John Oliver, who I love John Oliver, and
I
he
love
did a good
John
job
Oliver.
too.
I do have criticism about
But
Zazu.
why does Zazu have to be an English dude? Where does it say that a
think
Hornbill has to be played by an English actor?
I think it's more along the lines of he's a king's assistant, and you're thinking about nobility, and who says nobility more than the English?
I like that. That makes sense. My point is, why wouldn't you just put Jeremy Irons in as
Yeah,
Scar?
yeah.
Because you already cast James Earl Jones as both. You already put an English guy in here, so it doesn't have to be all new people. It doesn't have to be all African people. You could have easily made Jeremy Irons
Yeah.
be Scar again, and nobody would
Seth
have been
Rogen
mad
is
about
fucking
it.
Pumbaa.
Yeah.
Seth
Seth
Rogen
Rogen
is
was pretty good, though.
he was
Seth
good.
Rogen was pretty good.
Billy Eichner was fucking Timon.
Yeah,
So you have
Billy
two other
Eichner.
white boys in there. Come
Yeah,
on.
they're white.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know.
like
What's the scratch makes me scratch my head though. The casting.
here's the
I
thing.
wasn't sure.
Go back and re-listen to Be Prepared with the original Jeremy Irons. Go on Spotify. I've done that. I've done that a couple times. I've gone back and re-listened
Done your
to
homework.
I've gone back and re-listened to a couple like Disney songs I like just occasionally, and Be Prepared's one of them. And like this, is how good Jeremy Irons is. Go back, like you remember the line where it's like "thick as you are, pay attention." Listen to Jeremy Irons just use the word "thick" when he says that. He says it with such emphasis and just grisliness behind, like evilness behind it, that you're like, ooh, it gives you goosebumps every single time he does it, and you got nothing from Scar in this one, nothing, none of that, no charm, none of that. And I did not like the fact that they had to add the backstory of apparently Scar was in love with
Yeah. Sarabi.
Sarabi. Yeah, sorry. Like I'd think of the name. I don't like that because it was a wasted scene. You like once again it has the same criticism of it rushed the beginning a lot. I think they did a lot. They rushed it at the beginning to the point where they added new scenes of like I don't need the backstory of Scar was in love with Sarabi because that doesn't add anything to the fucking story at all. It literally adds zero to the story. Scar didn't need any more motivation for hating Mufasa. He didn't need any more. He had enough. I've seen the movie. He had enough. So
I mean, his motivation is purely selfish. He wanted to be the fucking king.
he wanted to be the king, but then he made this whole big deal when that scene with Sarabi of like, well, you chose him over me, blah blah, this, that, and the other thing. It's like totally unnecessary.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You mentioned John Oliver as Zazu.
Yeah.
I love John Oliver.
I think he's hilarious. I love his work.
I wasn't a fan of his Zazu. And the reason why is it felt very robotic. It felt like he was like, okay, they hired me to be the other English guy because Rowan Atkinson did it. He was great, so they want another English guy to do it. It felt like he was trying to differentiate himself so much from Rowan Atkinson
See, I didn't
as
see-
just the other English guy that it felt like Siri.
I felt like he was reading Rowan Atkinson's lines.
No,
That's what I felt,
the
yeah.
lines were the same,
Yeah.
but his delivery of it felt like
Delivery was different.
Delivery was like you read into Siri and Siri repeated back to you in an English accent. That's kind of it felt very robotic. So that would be my criticism. My last major criticism for the acting or the casting would be young Mufasa or not young or young Simba. Young Simba voice actor was terrible. He could sing, but he was terrible. The person was terrible.
Where was Jonathan Taylor Thomas when we needed him?
I know, right? you felt nothing from that actor. You felt zero, like even from the voice, like the scene where he's in trouble because he went to the elephant graveyard, and you could Jonathan Taylor Thomas criticize him all you want. You could tell like he was scared.
Yeah, it was
like
great,
when he's talking to Mufasa. You felt none of that. Like every single time he's in trouble or scared, he had the same inflection of curiosity. Like, really? Should I not have gone to the elephant graveyard? Why shouldn't I have done that, Dad? Like it was just, it was terrible.
Did you
God awful?
Did you like Donald Glover's rendition as grown Simba?
Yes, I loved it.
I think he did wonderful.
So amazing.
And Beyonce, everybody was so critical, because so many people out there hate Beyonce. I don't know why.
People hate her because so many people love her. It's the thing of like. It's that thing of
I love her.
It's that thing of like everybody loves her. Everybody thinks she's God's gift to the earth. Like she's terrible. Like
she's
I
beautiful
can't
and she
love
sings
her.
like an angel. And what's
she
not
does
to like about
she does
her?
she does have those like same crazy tendencies that some celebrities have. Like she does do a few of those a few times. Like I heard when she had her last baby, she like rented out the entire floor of the hospital she was at, so that nobody else could be on the floor with her or some shit like that.
Yeah, but
I heard so she does have those same 10 celebrity
she's
craziness
like,
that some people have.
She's like
But she's
public
great.
enemy number one to paparazzi, though. She's up there with the Kardashians.
I know, but
like paparazzi make her life living hell.
But that's a crazy celebrity thing to do. Though.
I would.
That is. So
if I had the money, I'm not saying I wouldn't do that, but
I'm just saying.
But
like,
she's wonderful. I think here's I'm gonna.
I love her.
I'm gonna throw it out there, Adam. I think here's a problem why people don't like her is that she gets very involved in politics.
I don't think that's that at all.
I think she does.
I don't believe that at all.
She's very critical of Donald Trump. She is no fan of his. She's no fan of the Republican Party or conservatives in general. And she performed at the halftime show a few years ago, and people attacked her saying that she was dressed like she was a Black Panther.
Yeah, I remember that.
Not the Marvel
No.
Black Panther.
That would have been cool.
Like the Black Panther, the militant group. And she came out and said no. She's like, I was paying homage to Michael Jackson because it was the anniversary of when he performed at the Super Bowl, and they showed a side-by-side picture, and she's wearing basically the same fucking thing that Michael Jackson wore. That's what her costume was. But people were like, oh, she was being fucking black and militant and blah, blah, blah. So I think that has still left a bad taste in the right-winger's mouth. I do.
I don't believe that because I'm telling you the reason why. I bet you the reason why people got so pissed off as much. I'm not saying that's the reason why people got pissed off, but I'm willing to bet the reason why people got so pissed off was because people love her so much, and she's risen up on this high platform of she should be the queen of the world. And there's a lot of people that think that, like weird things like that. So I think that the hate that she's getting is just, well, I have to be on the other side of the spectrum. I can't love what everybody else loves. She's getting too much popularity. Everything she does is wrong. I don't think it's anything political. I think it's just because she's so popular that some people have to hate her for it.
Well, I think we'll have to agree to disagree because I certainly think it's political. Because she made the mistake.
She was hated before Donald Trump.
She's always been political, man.
But what I'm saying, she was getting a lot of the hate even before Donald Trump. Her and Jay-Z
would go on beach vacations with Barack and Michelle. They're like besties with the Obamas. And again, you see that. That was before Trump, and the right wing, you see that, and they hate Obama, so they hate Beyonce and Jay-Z for the same damn reason. I'm telling you, I'm thinking that it's political.
You think everything's political, so let's
in today's day and age, everything has turned political. Right or wrong,
it has. People make it political.
Yes.
So,
Yes, that's exactly it. People suck and people make it political.
which is what you're doing right now. You're making it political.
But that's the climate we live in.
Anyway, we're talking about Lion King. We're talking about Lion. We're not talking about politics. We're talking about Lion King. You're right. She got a lot of hate for it, but she was great. Like,
she was wonderful.
Amazing. Donald Glover was amazing.
Was great. Beyonce was great.
Like, their duets they had was great. The song everything about them was great. I really enjoyed them as that.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rogen as Pumbaa, I thought that was pretty good.
I thought Seth Rogen did a nice job.
Billy Eichner as Timon, I liked it, but it's really hard to replace Nathan Lane. It's really fucking hard. Like, that was a bit rough. Another criticism I have, though, is it didn't feel like Timon and Pumbaa were really friends with Simba, where you kind of got them in the cartoon.
They really were using him, yeah.
Like, you got that in the cartoon where it's like, yeah, we were using you at first, but we're friends now. Like, we're family.
They did come to his aid at the end for the Battle of Pride Rock. Can we talk about the Battle of Pride Rock?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was fucking awesome. And I said, and you disagreed with me, I said the Battle of Pride Rock was more epic, I believe what I said, than the Battle of Wakanda in Infinity War. And now, I'm not talking about Endgame. The battle in Endgame, that's number one.
Yeah.
But the Battle of Pride Rock was more epic than the Battle of Wakanda in Infinity War. And
Scott, I will have to say that might be the most foolish thing you've ever posted on social media, because you cannot beat the fucking Battle of...
True.
No, you can't beat it.
You think the Battle of Wakanda it was more than the Endgame?
100 than Endgame? No.
Yes.
Then Pride Rock, 100 times more.
The lions would fucking bite the hyenas in the middle, shake them, and throw them to their death.
And how is that more epic than Black Panther and Captain America getting their shit pushed in by a bunch of those Chitauri warriors, and just this moment of like, oh shit, they're gonna lose, and then a beam of light shoots down from the heavens, and Thor and Groot and Rocket come out, and that epic moment of bring me Thanos, and he does that, the music's playing in the background.
Bruce Banner goes, now you're in trouble.
Yeah, with that weird disembodied head.
I'm not saying that the battle
that is 100 times more epic than
the
that.
Battle of Wakanda was good, but it's just the Battle of Pride. The Battle of Pride. Fucking.
I'm not saying it was bad, but it's not better than that.
Rafiki takes like he didn't have his staff the whole movie like he did in the cartoon.
Stupid.
No, but then when you get the reveal, I got a semi when he opened it and pulls it out like a fucking Excalibur. He pulls it out and I'm like, fucking hyenas are gonna die.
See, I didn't like Rafiki in this movie, so that didn't give me as much. It was terrible.
He fucking pulls his staff. He didn't have his staff the whole time. In the cartoon, it was a part of him. He did not. He never didn't have it.
That was his fucking thing.
He didn't have the staff at all until the Battle of Pride Rock, and he pulls it out of the Tree of Life. Like fucking Excalibur from the Sword and the Stone, and he's and I'm like, it's fucking. I had the sweats. I was like, this is fucking great. He's going to kill.
Rafiki's staff was better than Thor's axe. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that his staff was better than Thor's axe. The moment where Groot has to have that emotional moment where he hurts himself to form the fucking handle, and he has to cut his arm off, and you tell me that you gotta get your priorities straight.
First of all, Thor had to forge it by holding the actual
in the sun in the fucking sun.
Yes.
Stop it. You're convincing yourself.
No, I'm not. It was so cool. The Battle of Pride Rock was so fucking
foolish.
Cool.
I'm not saying it wasn't cool, but it was not better than the Battle of Wakanda.
Book it.
Don't care. But Rafiki is my other criticism. I hated Rafiki in this movie.
Oh, get out of here with that hate. You're throwing the H word around.
I didn't like him.
Fine.
No, he wasn't. Here's why. What I loved about Rafiki, once again, in this movie, he was too serious. The voice actor was fine. I like the voice actor because he mixed a lot of some English with some African dialect, and they're like African language. He was speaking African a lot of times. There were no subtitles, so you just gotta like assume or interpret what he means a lot. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I didn't like him because Rafiki in the cartoon was like half a jokester. Like he was almost insane. Like, he was an old man joking around, screwing around, but he had some wise wisdom. In this movie, he was serious all the time. Everything has to be serious. Even when he found out that Simba was alive from the fucking dust and the bugs and shit, he's like, serious, Simba. Yes, Simba. I was like, where's your fucking joy, man? Where's your lightheartedness? Like, that's what I was missing out of it. All that fucking lighthearted humor.
Awesome. Fucking so cool.
No. I could do without it. I could do without it. Super
Get out
sorry.
of here with that mess.
I could do without... No. It was not... Here's the thing. The movie, by itself, it was fine. That's going to be my rating for it. It was a fine movie. It was not good. It was fine.
I thought it was good.
It was fine. Well, you're a Disney show, so...
I didn't say it was great. I didn't say it was great.
It had a lot of good things.
It
It had
good.
a lot of good things. It brought a lot of good things. Disney, I got to be honest with you, dude. Just, guys, you don't have to be so real. You can have a little cartoony stuff with the real stuff. Like come on.
Oh,
super
man.
serious.
Hans Zimmer's score.
That's great.
Oh, jeez. When the stampede happens, man,
Yeah.
I love it.
My final thing that I disliked about the movie, and this will be my final thing I disliked. Tell me if you agree with me. In the original cartoon, it felt like Scar was in charge of the hyenas. Like, from the beginning of the movie, from the first find out, oh, Scar's working with them, it felt like he was running the show. He was, giving them scraps of food, and they were working for him the entire time. Whereas this movie, the entire movie felt like Scar had to justify himself to the hyenas. He felt like, because the hyenas, the one chick, I never remember the hyenas' names, but it's Whoopi Goldberg's character in the original one, Shenzi, was like the leader in this movie.
Which she really wasn't in the cartoon.
Yeah.
They were almost
Scar was the
equal.
fucking leader.
Yeah.
Like, Scar was the leader.
Was
This
the
one
leader.
is like...
Shenzi was the leader.
This one,
yeah.
every fucking scene, it's felt like... Not every scene, but like a lot of the scenes, it felt like Scar was constantly justifying himself to the hyenas, where in the original was like, no,
He
Scar's,
already had a
Scar's
relationship
the fucking
with them.
king. Like, he the only reason why you turn on him was with that whole last line at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that I didn't like that. I was like, it's a weird aspect to it. It felt like Scar was less powerful than he was in the original. I didn't like that. So you loved it, is what you're saying.
I would strongly recommend it, yes.
Well, I recommend seeing it too. Just, if you don't want to go to the movies, I don't blame you, is what I'm going to say.
It made a lot of money.
And they're going to keep making a lot of money. They're going to keep making billions of dollars. They're going to come out with the next set of movies. They're going to make billions more. They have gone the way of the Fast and Furious and the Transformers series, where it doesn't matter if they're good or bad, they're just going to make a bunch of money.
Well, people like you, and you're not the only one. I've heard a lot of people that are saying, I'm done with... Disney needs to stop with the live-action remakes.
They need to slow down. They need
So,
to slow down.
you say slow down?
Slow down. I'm not going to say
guess
stop,
what?
but they need to slow down.
They're not going to stop, and they're not going to slow down. If you really, truly want them to stop or slow down, then you need to speak with your money. Because they are making record profits each one they put out. If they keep making that kind of cash, they're going to keep one right after the other, until they're all made.
Yeah.
That's how Disney does it.
They're making money off nostalgia. And that's the way to do it today, I guess. Is just make money off nostalgia.
It's capitalism. You make money any way you can.
Yeah.
So,
good show, sir.
okay.
Very good show.
All right.
Scott,
Yes.
how can the people reach us at Forward
Okay.
Distraction? If you want to tell us about what you thought of the movies, if you think Disney should slow
Okay.
down or stop or give up all their money and close down. What do you guys think?
All right. Well, there's a couple different ways you can get a hold of us. You can shoot us an email at foryourdistraction@gmail.com. You can find us on social media. We are on Facebook. Search For Your Distraction on there. Like us. We post all the links to all of our shows and a lot of movie buzz. I like to post some movie buzz on there. We're on Twitter. Search For Your Distraction on Twitter and follow us on there. You can tweet us at podcastfyd. A couple different ways you can listen to the show, Adam. Our show is on SoundCloud. Search for SoundCloud. Search For Your Distraction on SoundCloud. Find us on there. All of our shows are on there. We are on iTunes. You can subscribe to us on there. All our shows are on there. And you can find us on the Be Real Network by searching for the Movie Guys Podcast on Podbean. And you can search for the Movie Guys Podcast on YouTube. We're on there. The Movie Guys are kind of like our sister show, and we use their site as a hub for all of our content.
Yeah, for the Be Real Network.
Yeah, for the Be Real Network. So it's good stuff. So check them out. You can also find all of our stuff on there. I've been watching a lot of the YouTubes lately.
Yeah.
The YouTubers.
The YouTubes. That's how old people called
the YouTubes.
That's what old people call the internet. What's on the internets?
I'm on the YouTubes, and I've been watching a lot of YouTubes.
So, rapid fire, Scott.
Yes, sir.
Top 3 Disney villains. Go.
Captain Hook, number 1. Maleficent, number 2. Scar, number 3. Honorable mention, Gaston.
Gaston. Number 3, Jafar. Number 2, Scar. Number 1, Judge Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Good choice. Good choice.
Here's why Judge Frollo, because that shit was fucking real. That shit really fucking happened, so it's scary.
Yeah, the Hellfire song he sings.
Hellfire. Tony J is such a good voice.
Dude, the Hellfire song was fucking give you chills.
Yeah.
And you know what his really evil thing? He just wanted to bang the shit out of Esmeralda.
He was a virgin, and he was like, I just gotta bang one out. That's all it was.
He wanted
Dude.
that ass something. He wanted to wax that thing.
I wanted to bang
He
out
wanted
one.
to blast.
So-
He wanted to noose all over her titties. He wanted the works.
Dude,
And because he couldn't, he just decides to be a dick.
tell me you didn't get a little something in your pants whenever she did that sexy dance at the beginning of the movie and stuff. Tell me that wasn't like,
I mean, I have a pulse, Adam.